Hello students, welcome back in this week with the same topic of grammar pronouns. I know, but you don't feel bored because this is going to be interesting as we are going to solve examples from your grammar text. Okay, so this is the title of today's class, pronouns. By now you might have solved the exercise already. Let's take a quick revision. What is a pronoun? Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. We already have learnt this in the last two consecutive classes. We often use them to avoid repeating the nouns that they refer to, right? I have given you plenty of examples to understand. By now, the concept should be clear to you. So, pronouns have different forms for the different ways we use them. We also saw the types of pronouns in the first class. Then we also saw how we use them in different contexts, right? But as far as your syllabus is concerned, I told you that we are concerned more in detail with one type of noun, that is relative pronoun. I already explained that to you. Still, let us take a quick revision. A relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or a pronoun. You see them used every day with the most common relative pronouns, which are who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and most importantly, that. Now, just for your remembrance, I told you when we talk about relative pronouns, the words who, whom, which, whoever, where, whose, these are not interrogative clauses. These are relative pronouns. We have seen this example already. Let's revise it once again. See, Peter is the one who gifted me a scarf. Now, who refers to Peter? Correct. It is made up of a fabric that is very soft. See the word that is highlighted because it's a relative pronoun. Then what is that? It's a fabric. Now, this is the topic in your grammar textbook. Hope by now you have opened your grammar textbooks and gone through all this. Let us take a quick revision as to what the textbook has to say. This is part B with subunit number A, pronouns. Here is an extract given for you to read before. Let's read it out. Basavaiya is a Kannada poet. He has written several poems. Many of his poems have been translated into other Indian languages. He himself has translated some of them into English. Now, you must have observed that the words he, his, and himself, which are no other words than pronouns, but they all refer to a single noun who is Basavaiya. By reading the extract, you got an idea. We've already solved examples in the last class, but we solved them one by one in a sentence format, right? So, let's read the following extract and see how the personal pronouns refer to different people and things. Here is an extract for you. I suggest you to keep your textbook open in front of you when we are seeing this slide because that will give you a better idea. Let's start reading it. Lata was on her annual visit to her uncle's house. Now that first bold letters word her refers to Lata. She always enjoyed, again she refers to Lata. She always enjoyed it. What is it? It refers to annual visit. Because she was allowed to spend most of the day in the mango grove. Lata's uncle was a friend of the owner of the grove who allowed the children to play there. The branches of the trees were covered with so many fruits that they refers to the branches, almost touched the ground with the weight. They spent hours picking the fruit. Here, this they refers to the children. You can see the arrow marks which are given for you to make the pictures clear so that you understand which pronoun is used for which noun. They spent hours picking the fruit, eating most of it, and sleeping. Again, this it refers to fruit. So, this is the example given in your textbook. There are many kinds of pronouns. Some of them are, we already have seen this, just a quick revision for you. Some of the pronouns are I, we, they, you, he, she, it, myself, himself, herself, yourself, themselves, one, any, anyone, anybody, somebody, each, every, either, neither, who, whose, whom, which. Now try to find out some other pronouns. We have seen in the first class possessive nouns, possessive pronouns, personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, right? So now your task is to make a list of all those pronouns which you can categorize under those headings. We are dealing with relative pronouns, right? I had told you in the last class, dear students, to solve the examples from page number 13 of your grammar text. But I thought I'll solve it also for you. Let's see. This is page number 13, example number 1 of your grammar text. Please keep the text open in front of you and write these examples solved in your grammar notebooks. Now, the question reads, what do the words in italics in the following paragraphs refer to? Here, some words are given in italics. We are supposed to find out what do they refer to. Let us read the given extract first and then we will go back to pronouns. Once upon a time, a poor woman was walking from one village to another, carrying a bundle on her head. Unable to lift it easily, she rested every now and then. A horseman passed by. The woman requested him to carry the bundle on horseback till the next village. He refused, saying, "You will walk slowly and delay me, and I have a long way to go." Now, here, which is the first word that is given in italics? The first word given in italics is her. Now, bundle on her head. Her refers to the woman. Then, what is the next italic word? It. Lift it. What is she lifting? A bundle. Then, what is the third word? She. Who is she? The woman. What is the next word? Him. Him refers to the horseman. What is the next word? He. Again, he refers to horseman. Then, in the last line, you can see last but one word given in italics is me. Me refers to horseman again. And then he says, I have a long way to go. So, who is I here? The horseman again. So, now I hope the example is very clear to you. Let us see the next example. So, this is the second example in your grammar text. Let us read it first. An old man came to the farm. The owner of the farm and his wife needed a person exactly like him. He was well versed in agriculture. After his arrival to the farm, their income improved dramatically. The owner became lethargic and shied away from hard work. His wife found all this very strange. Her husband's lifestyle had changed. This is the given extract. Actually, you know what? This extract is from 7th lesson. If you have read it, The Gardener. Hope you remember having read this, right? Yeah. So now, what is the first word underlined here? I'm sorry. What is the first word given in italics here? His. Now, who is this his? See, an old man came to the farm, the owner of the farm and his wife. Whose wife? Owner's wife. Correct? Right. Then comes him. Him refers to old man. Then comes he. He refers to again old man. He was well versed. Who was well versed? The old man was well versed. Then his. After his arrival. Whose arrival? Old man's arrival. Right. Their income. Whose income? Owner and the wife. Then his wife. Whose wife? Owner's wife. Her husband's. Her. Who is her? Wife. Had changed. So this is how we relate pronouns to the nouns that appear in the given extract. Now let's see the third example. Let us read it once. Every household holds those little things that look and feel old. As a kid, I had several of them. There is a tiny bag of used crayons bought when I was 4. Dad believed in junking them and they almost did end up in the trash. They help me remember a childhood of dreams and vivid imagination. Now, the first word given in italics here is in the second sentence. As a kid, I. Now, who is this I? Yes, you're right. You're going good. I is the speaker because the speaker is writing his lines, right? Yes. So the first word in italics given here is I. I is speaker. Then comes them. Dad believed in junking them. What is that them? Them is used crayons. Remember? See, there is a tiny bag of used crayons bought when I was 4. Again, I refers to the speaker. And then the sentence reads, Dad believed in junking them. What is them? used crayons. Hmm. And they again crayons almost did end up in the trash. They help me. Who is me? The speaker again. Remember a childhood of dreams and vivid imagination. So my dear students, a very small topic and a very common topic which you have been learning right from your school days or primary school, we have discussed in three big and consecutive classes. So I hope by now the topic pronouns is completely clear to you, concept understood. And as I told you excuse me, as I told you in the last class, this particular pronouns topic will appear definitely. It is a sure short question in your question paper. If you see the model question paper given at the end of your textbook, you can see that question at the end of the paper, which appears for 4 marks. And these 4 marks you shouldn't be losing, because this is a very, very, very easy topic and concept. So by now you might have solved examples. If not, please try to collect question bank or at least 5 years last question papers and solve the last question number, that is pronouns, from all the question papers. That will give you a clear picture of the topic. See you all in the next class with a new topic and a new chapter. Till then, you all stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Bye.